Tonight, when the sun goes down, you're going to flip a switch. Light will flood the room and you won't think twice about it. But for most of human history, that switch didn't exist. When the sun set, the world went dark. You still feel something when you walk into an unlit room. Your shoulders tighten, your steps slow, your eyes strain to pull shape out of shadow. You tell yourself there's nothing there. Your body doesn't believe you. Why does darkness still make your nervous system act like you're under threat? You're not sleeping in the open anymore. So why hasn't that ancient alarm switched off? The answer isn't really about darkness. It's about what darkness used to mean. For your ancestors, it wasn't just an absence of light. It was an absence of information. And for a slow, soft-skinned primate with no claws, missing information often meant the difference between living until morning and not. 300,000 years ago, there were no walls thick enough to stop anything determined to get through them. When night fell, human vision, the sense people rely on most, collapsed into near blindness. Meanwhile, the predators sharing that landscape didn't lose a step. Lions, leopards, hyenas, many were built specifically to hunt at night. Researcher Daniel Kruger, who studies danger perception, has noted that early humans evolved inside the hunting windows of large nocturnal predators. Darkness didn't hide danger from your ancestors. It handed danger every advantage. So a strange trade happened. Humans who felt nothing in the dark got picked off, quietly, permanently. The ones who felt that prickle of unease stayed near the fire and survived to have children. Generation after generation, fear of the dark wasn't a flaw. It was a filter. This is what evolutionary psychiatrist Randolph Nesse calls the smoke detector principle. A smoke detector goes off too often rather than too rarely because a false alarm costs almost nothing, while missing a real fire costs everything. Your fear works the same way. 99 times out of 100, that shape in the dark is a coat rack, but the one time it isn't, overreacting saves your life. So evolution built you to flinch first and check later. This fear doesn't build up slowly as children learn about danger. Psychologists Claire Graham and Ethan Gaffon studied fear of the dark in young children and found it peaks at a specific age, right when a child becomes mobile enough to wander off but not yet able to defend themselves. That's no coincidence. It's the exact window where a wandering child would have once been most vulnerable. But here's the real twist. Your fear of the dark isn't really about not seeing. It's about not being able to predict. Darkness removes information, and your brain treats unpredictability itself as a threat, even when nothing dangerous is present. That's why an unfamiliar dark room feels worse than your own. An unknown threat, to an ancient brain, is always worse than no threat confirmed. You haven't lived near a lion in generations. Your door has a lock your ancestors couldn't have imagined. And still, you check it twice before bed. You feel safer with a nightlight on. You hesitate before walking into a dark parking garage, scanning corners out of habit, not evidence. None of this is irrational. It's ancient. So is this fear something to outgrow or something to understand? This isn't weakness. It's inherited wisdom from 100,000 generations who needed it. The discomfort you feel flipping off the light isn't a malfunction. It's a message, arriving slightly too late for the world you're sending it to. You'll probably still hesitate the next time you walk into an unlit room. That's not fear failing you. That's hundreds of thousands of years of survival, quietly doing its job in a world that no longer needs it quite so badly. So tonight, when you flip that switch and the room fills with light, you won't think twice about it. But for a few seconds before you did, some much older part of you already had.